We're joined now by legal expert Adam Ruther. He's analyzing today's events and helping us understand what it all means.
Right. So, Adam, we knew about the state's investigation. Now today the federal government's gotten involved. What do you speculate? What kinds of charges might they be looking at?
So we know a couple of things. Number one, obviously, the FBI and IRS CID, which is, if you look on the back of the jackets everybody's wearing, you'll see that. That's Criminal Investigation Division. And usually when the FBI and IRS CID are working together, they're looking at charges of tax evasion, failure to pay, failure to file taxes. And there are also a number of different, what would generally be categorized as white-collar crimes and public corruption crimes that federal prosecutors can bring. If, for example, there was some indication that Mayor Pugh agreed to perform some official act as mayor, voting a certain way on a committee or exercising any of her discretion as mayor in exchange for any benefit she received from anybody else, that's public corruption bribery. So there are a number of different charges at the disposal of the government. It just depends on what the evidence shows, and that's what they did today, is to collect some of that evidence.
Now, does the IRS presence trump the FBI? Did the IRS need the FBI to conduct this raid? Could they have done this on their own, or is this the FBI part of a bigger picture?
Usually it's more a matter of collaboration. When there is a tax implication or tax aspect of a federal investigation, it's very common for the IRS Criminal Investigation Division to become involved. Or sometimes what happens is it starts as just a tax investigation and then it gets shifted over to criminal tax, and sometimes that's when the FBI also becomes involved.
Putting you on the spot here, if you were advising her, we haven't seen her, she's on this leave of absence, what would you tell her to do at this point?
I would tell her to cooperate in any way that made sense under the circumstances, and there are an awful lot of factors that go into that determination. And other than that, to make sure that she's healthy and able to participate in her defense, which, assuming that there is in fact fire where we see smoke, that she may ultimately need to engage very heavily in that defense.
Okay, very good. Adam Ruther, you're always helpful to us. We really appreciate it, and I'm sure we'll have much more for you.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you, Adam. So here's the latest on the Mayor Pugh raids. The FBI and the IRS agents raided her homes and City Hall this morning. And they also raided the Maryland Center for Adult Training, one of her nonprofit businesses, and the home of one of her aides. Governor Hogan is now officially calling for Pugh's resignation. So far, Mayor Pugh has not been seen or commented. Mayor Pugh has been on a leave of absence since April 1st, saying that she is recovering from pneumonia. Now, this all comes as the mayor faces scrutiny over several deals relating to children's books that she wrote. And stay with WJZ. We'll have the latest on the investigation into Mayor Catherine Pugh, including the FBI and IRS raids. And we'll have a special report that's coming up tonight at 7:30 with all the information you need to know.